mentioned in your talk about how the line of mentor is the white woman, black woman, and then the white man, black man. Now, how do we get the black man to the top? That's what I want to hear more thoughts about that, because that's deep and near to me.
Yeah. Well, at least got to come up some. You know, we got to come up some. Let's compete with the women. Let's compete with the black woman, right? But black women got more love for black men than black men have for black women. I'm just being real, right? You see sisters like I met tonight. I got a program to help young black men. I got a program to result, right? Women in general are just better people than men. Did I say that out loud? I'm sorry. I hope none of you are in a contest for sole custody of your children right now. I hope no judge heard that. But in general, women are just better than men. Now, the question is, how do you get men who have been also vulnerable, raped as well, but don't talk about it? The hurt and pain and trauma that we've endured intergenerationally, transmitted in vicious fashion. How do we, right? How do we understand that we got to, in order to heal, help? Right? And there are so many black men who have been traumatized. And black women understand that more than anybody, even more than some other black men. We may endure it, but we can't necessarily explain it the way black women help us heal from it. Even when they are the victims of our violence and distress, women still provide an outlet for our healing. So we got to relieve them. It ain't like black women ain't suffering too. Black boys being kicked out of school, black girls too. Right? Going to prison, rising rates for black women too. Right? Usually being victims of violence or enabling their men to try to help them in circumstances of ill-gotten gain and illicit activity. Let's be real. So how we get brothers up is, given the question that was asked, given before what was asked, we got to concentrate on black men, not as if they are more important than black women. Their needs are different, and we have to acknowledge that. Women's needs are different, we have to acknowledge that. Doesn't mean you have a hierarchy. We got to stop the hierarchy. Right. And sexism kills black men. That's right. Feminism might save us. That's counterintuitive to many men. I'm the man, right? Slow down with that. Right. The need to bear the burden as a man in an old patriarchal fashion is what's killing us. Learn to share the weight, shift the burden. Learn to accept the holistic endorsement of a healing relationship. Feminism can save us. Learn to cry more. Instead of killing each other and hurting each other. You stepped on my shoe and I'm gonna whip your ass or I'm gonna shoot you and kill you. Learn to say I'm sorry, or learn to say that's all right, and learn to forgive and love each other. But then we gotta heal spiritually. So to get men up there, first of all, we gotta get them out of jail. That would help. Can we get a bail project going? You a white female cop that shot a black man in his own apartment's head. You thought it was yours. Woo! Slow down with that bullshit right there. It's gonna come out. They already got 2 witnesses said, she said, open the door. You know what was going on. She mad because what we had didn't last. I'm not saying I know. I'm not saying I know. Now you gonna shoot him. Note to self, do not date a woman with a badge and gun who's able to kill you legally. I'm not saying that might even be the case. I'm just projecting. I don't know what I'm talking about. But for real though. She's out on bail. $300,000 bail. And you a flight risk. And you got people who smoked a joint in jail for 20 years. Right? And this is where black respectability, if we want to overcome it, we got to overcome the black respectability. That's what I meant when I was jumping on Obama and Cosby and the eulogists at Aretha Franklin. Yeah. Beating up on black people. Stop all that madness. Right? We are human beings, all of us. So allow us to admit our faults and failures, to embrace the possibility of redemption, but not to demonize us. And then, when we get black men out of jail, at risk in schools and communities, they're able to return. But I'm going to tell you this. One statistic people would be surprised by. Non-residential and having a job would help greatly. But non-resident black fathers spend more time with their children than any other ethnic group in America. Let me repeat that because I know you don't believe it. Rebecca, Levy at Boston College did a study. Non-residential black fathers, that is fathers who ain't living with their kids, spend more time with their kids than any other ethnic group in America. Obama didn't know that when he said all that madness about black fathers, like he calling them fools. Remember that when he was running for president the first time he called them fools? He ain't gonna call no white man no fool. We know this, because he ain't no fool. But you just so easily call black people fools. And let me tell you something else. Black man, why weren't you at her funeral? Aretha's. Oh, black people quick to, well, you know, he couldn't do both. Yeah, Bill Clinton did. Oh, well, hold on. John McCain asked him personally, so did the family of Aretha Franklin. I know it personally. They were crushed. They never thought that Obama would turn down, especially when she sang at his inauguration, before he served a day in office. She brought her legitimacy to bear with that hat. And sang many times. Remember that? Him crying up in the Kennedy Center? You make me feel. But you can't bring your black ass to the front. Oh, you don't get no pass, sir. Just because you and black people made excuses for him when he's in office. He ain't in office now. What's his excuse now? He don't fly commercial. He ain't got to catch flight Delta 1772. He got his private plane. White people, oh my God, he's so hard on him. No, I'm not hard on him. I'm saying if you're going to be critical of black people and hold them to account, be accountable yourself. And let me tell you this. Why should you go to McCain's funeral? You should, because not only did he ask you, because it is a gesture of profound humanity in the midst of neo-fascism. Why go to Aretha Franklin's funeral? Because we ain't got ex-presidents except you. We don't have senators except 3. So this is our icon. That's why Whoopi Goldberg was there. That's why Yolanda Adams was there. That's why Smokey Robinson was there. And you should have been there too. And black people, stop making excuses for black men who fuck up. So, having said that, if we can elevate them out of those circumstances and situations, they can get to the top of that list.